before communion, when I opened the tabernacle, I discovered to my surprise that the ants have eaten the sacred hosts. You know, the almisen. So, meine Frage, haben die Almeisen Heilige Kommunion empfangen? Did the ants receive Holy Communion? Of course, we all know that the ants, well, they ate the sacred host with gusto because they saw food, nothing else. That's essence. And they have no capacity to think what they are eating, that they are eating what is reserved only for believers. And much less do they have the capacity to believe that that is exactly the body of our Lord Jesus Christ. Well, something like this is what have happened on our gospel today. You know, it is the fourth continuation already of the gospel according to John. This is the fourth installment. And as we continue, just a review, it starts with the story about the miracle of the multiplication of the loaves and the fish. And the Jews thought that if Jesus could multiply just 5 loaves and feed 5,000 people, well, that is the best person to make a king. He will solve the world hunger. But Jesus had another purpose for the multiplication of the bread. Now, here is a key to understand why did this wonderful miracle ended in a quarrel between Jesus and the Jews. Achtung. You know, John uses the word, no, he doesn't use the word miracle. John uses the Greek word, semeion, which means signs, Zeichen. What does signs do? Signs do, they point to something else. And the sign of the multiplication of the bread points to Jesus telling us something about who he is and why he came to earth for. Well, the Jews who had their fill of the loaves and the fish, they wanted to follow him wherever he goes because they don't need to work for bread anymore. All that they could see in this miracle is the solution to their physical hunger. And so when they finally found Jesus, Jesus faced them and confronted them. I said, you are looking for me not because you have seen signs, but because you ate of the loaves and the fish and were filled. Ihr sucht mich nicht, weil ihr meine Wunder als Zeichen verstanden habt, sondern weil ihr von dem Brot gegessen habt und satt geworden seid. And as we continue reading today, Jesus tells them even something more difficult to understand. He said, I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh for the life of the world. Ich bin das lebendige Brot, das vom Himmel herabkommt. Und wer von diesem Brot isst, wird ewig leben. Und das Brot, das ich geben werde, ist mein Leib. Ako ang buhay na tinapay na galing sa langit. Kung sinong kakain nito ay mabubuhay ng walang hanggan. At ang tinapay na ibigay ko sa inyo ay ang aking katawan. Well, that is why the Jews reacted and said, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? here how the Jews got stuck with the understanding of the bread, like that, just like the bread that we eat. Though and the multiplication of the bread is actually giving us, pointing to that living bread that will give eternal life. That's why Jesus said, whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me and I in him. Wer mein Fleisch isst und mein Blut trinkt, bleibt mit mir verbunden und ich mit ihm. Kung sinong kakain ng aking katawan, ay mananatili sa akin at ako sa kanya. Is this not a very similar situation to our story of the ants eating with gusto the sacred host in the tabernacle? Jesus, with the miracle of the multiplication of the loaves, has a very much deeper reality being pointed to that would eventually happen at the Last Supper. And that's the avant-garde. You know, what did Jesus do at the Last Supper? Named us broad, sanctified tongue, then said to his disciples, name it und esset alle davon, das ist mein Leib. Take this and eat, for this is my body. And then further he would say, because my flesh is true food. Das wahre Essen. And this is the deeper reality pointed at. And you know what? This is what we are just at this here and now moment are celebrating every time we gather for what we call the Holy Mass. We call the Eucharist. This is the living bread, our Lord Jesus Christ himself in flesh and blood, the food of our souls, whom we receive in Holy Communion. We are receiving and eating. It's not a little thin host. It is our Lord Jesus Christ himself in person, man, God in heaven, who said, he who feeds on me will have life because of me. Jeder, der mich isst, durch mich leben. Ang very graphic translation. It is the graphic translation of the original Greek. Ang mumumuya sa akin. Mumumuya. Dahil sa akin mabubuhay. You know, he who feeds on me. The Greek word used here, you can ask the Greek scholars here, Father Abraham is studying it already. The Greek word used here is trogein, which means trogein, you know, when you munch, like munching an apple or chewing KFC chicken, like that, no? Munch, inumuya. That is the word used by Jesus himself. He who eats me will live because of me. Now, brothers and sisters, I couldn't let's emphasize this, no? Because here you will understand why our children, before we allow them to receive Holy Communion here, will need to reach the age of reason and have to undergo 1 year preparation on Saturdays. There is no shortcut for this. No shortcut. Tayo po si Bay. You cannot just tell your child or anybody else for that matter who have not undergone this program to understand and to believe to simply line up here and receive communion. Why? So that they can first understand and learn to believe that that little thin host that each is receiving is not a thing that is condemned There is ein Person. He is a person, our Lord Jesus Christ. Otherwise, line up here, if that, then you are like an ant. You know, a miser. Just take it, then 30. Then it goes up. Because without this understanding and faith, you know what they would be like. Allow me to give you just some practical instructions when you line up for communion, fully aware that He is our Lord Jesus Christ Himself in person that you are about to receive. When you receive the host in your hands, for those who would prefer from not receiving with the tongue but with their hand, please use both hands. One hand is to receive the host. The one that is supporting will take the host. Not, you receive communion, what's that, chopstick? Yeah? Okay? You know, what is symbolized is when you hold both, as if you are so careful, you would not be able to drop it, you know? So, you know, you are about to receive the holiest holy in your hand, and you are so, you know, so overwhelmed that you wouldn't even like to lose even just a little particle of it. So please mark that. If you are holding a baby with you and you just have one hand right, you see what I do? I put it directly to your mouth. Because how would you receive that? And it's like that. Doesn't look so good, eh? So better just open your mouth and put your tongue out. Okay. Number 2, I just have 2 points. The waiting period, you know, while you are lining up, before your turn comes for communion. And also when you are back to your seat, then there is also waiting because there is a long line of those still receiving Holy Communion. Take the time. You are holding in your heart is the holiest, holy of holies, a person. Then try to communicate with that person in your heart, with the Lord. Be in deep communion with Him in prayer. And, you know, this is something that I find unhöflich. I repeat, unhöflich. Sa akin nga, bastos, bad manner. You know, why? What is that? When after receiving communion, then you get right away your handy, and then you start communicating with someone else while the Holy Person is right within you. Or sitting with someone and then you start chismising again. Alam mo, sinasabi ko kanina, blah, 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 blah. No, just face it. Because if you are the one with whom you're talking, and then what do? You also go, yes, 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 yes. You recognize the sacred person in the other person, and recognize the sacred person within your heart. Just these two, but I observe this as if I have said nothing at all. So, why don't you rather spend this time in quiet? That's why our choir would sing that is very solemn and that is very meditative. So that it will help you put yourself in contemplation and quiet. So, brothers and sisters, in this celebration of the Holy Eucharist and the Gospel today, may each of us be renewed in the faith, in the words of our Lord Jesus Christ, who said, "Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me, and I in him. Where my flies